Not your finest work there, Tom.
That's the best one, that one.
Right guys, welcome back to a brand new lesson. I'm joined today by Tom Fearon, PGA professional down at Trafford Golf Centre with myself, and today you're going to be giving us 3 top points to stop what we saw there, pretty poor putt. So talk us through what was wrong with that putt then. If you could sort of do it in reverse order. Tip number 3, what would that be for the folks at home to see that we're not doing that?
What was right? I've not controlled much. There's 2 things we need to get right with the putt, and one's speed and one's line, and safe to say that didn't have any. So
true. So tip number 3, what we'll be looking at for the folks at home to get the ball rolling, as it were. No pun intended.
The first thing I see most of the time with people is there's this idea of the putter has got to move straight back, straight forward.
Okay, like the pendulum, like, would it be?
The pendulum, so people have it in the, you will see from the back there that we've got to go that way and then straight forward again, and the amount of manipulation that takes, you see my right elbow bending to get it back there,
yeah.
Left elbow's bending, the putter can't stay completely
exactly, so you're almost seeing that your putter, the sweet spot would be working up and down here.
Which people are trying to do this.
Yeah.
So what we've got to realise, we're standing inside the golf ball, that is going to move on an arc. The golf putter face has got to open to be aimed out to the right for a right-hander at some point. It's got to get back to square, and it's got to close if we're trying to do anything different.
Yeah.
It's just not realistic. There's going to be inconsistencies. You'll be hitting all over the place and your line will be off.
Yeah, well, the putter itself, it is built on an angle, isn't it? It's not built straight up, straight down, so we need to do that. And for yourself, what would you try and work on when you're practicing? Would it be a sort of a line that you would put down behind the golf ball and maybe work inside it and then back inside it on the way through? Or
yeah, so I like to put even sometimes 2 alignment sticks, especially if you're somebody who will, when you're trying to keep it straight, what you see most of the time is you end up with this sort of reverse C, so you get outside the line rather than letting it come in towards your right foot. So have 1 stick inside, 1 outside, and what I would like to see is more feeling like the putter is dragging over the inside one, coming back to square, and then over the inside one again.
Excellent.
It's going to feel like the people who are trying to keep it straight, they're going to feel like they've really got to drag that back. That's how it'll feel at first until they get used to it.
Excellent. So try and not swing in a straight line, being tip number 1. Tip number 2, what will we be going for there? What will we try and see then?
So I've got 2 tees in the ground there. Yeah. Pre-set up by me. Now I did get through it there, but obviously the speed was off. It doesn't necessarily mean it'll go in the hole. What I like to pick is a mark in front. Now that shouldn't be too far away. What I picked when I first set up here was there was a ball mark, I would say 4 feet in front of the ball there, and that was my initial reaction. That's just because something's there, and that's on the line. If I was to step back and once I line up, the only thing I've got in mind is the hole down there. Yeah. I'm ignoring everything that's going on in between.
Yeah, so you preset where you want to aim the ball, then you just think about the stroke. And the intermediate target's a very important one. I think it was Dave Pells who did the study over 10 feet, and people were aiming up to 3 feet out, you know, from 10 feet, which is us to the camera. So it'd be like us trying to point the putter grip down the camera lens here, and me stood aiming off there. So an intermediate target, and practicing with a gate's going to help people.
Yeah, a couple of tees set up there as a gate, you'll get immediate feedback. That's the most important one. It's the feedback. If you're hitting the right tee, if you're hitting the left tee, you know what's going on there.
Perfect.
Something closer to aim for. Yeah. Generally have more confidence hitting it anyway, rather than something that hole looks tiny from here, especially if you're feeling unconfident.
Exactly, yeah.
That looks a lot bigger to me. I feel like I can do that. Don't necessarily feel like I can do that every time.
Excellent. So tie it together with tip number 3 then. What would we try and do to eradicate that wildly long putt that you've hit there for this length of hole?
If you were to go back and analyse the putting stroke I done there, I come back quite snappy, I give it a good hit, there was no rhythm, the hands were jerking, and it was like I was trying to hit the golf ball. Yeah. So what we need to get used to when we're putting is it's like we're rolling the golf ball with our practice strokes, and you'll see all the time somebody having a really smooth practice stroke, we just see the putter rocking backwards and forwards nicely, and then they'll get up to the golf ball and you'll see stop.
So a real change in pace from back to front. We'll see the long and stop, or the short and accelerate. We want to feel like we're rolling. I don't know if you've got another ball in your pocket there, but one of the things that I like to do with my students would be that if we imagine just to the target there now, even just rolling it down, as we see from that camera angle, you know, it's nearly gone in the hole, and there wasn't a dramatic change in me with my hand, and like you say, trying to give it that little bit of a roll each time is what we want to be looking for. So we want to see the club swing on a little bit of an arc. Yep. We want to see that we're taking an intermediate target into effect and allowing us to line up better and actually get there, and then feeling that we're rolling the putter a little bit more.
Definitely. So what I'm looking for is, as I'm standing next to the golf ball in my practice strokes, I'm feeling rhythm, I'm feeling a consistent tempo,
yeah.
not going slow, fast. And then once I set up, then I can just copy off exactly what I'm doing there. So it's back and forward, feeling the arc, step into it, and I know now as long as I get through those tees, I should be around about that flag. I'll be quite happy with that. It's had a chance.
Yeah, exactly. And what we've got to remember, not every good putt goes in. We've got a lot of things to contend with down on the green. But 3 great tips there. I think for me, that flow of the putter, despite, you know, what stage we're at in our golfing career, actually moving the putter on a perfect arc, we may not be there yet, and lining up is something we can practice. But even if we just take the flow into consideration, like Tom said there, just feeling that there isn't a real dramatic change in pace, I think that we'll start to eradicate, especially on longer putts, that we're not whacking it past the hole or being dramatically short. We'll start to see that we're really nestling them in tight there and getting some shots knocked off the old scorecard. So thanks for coming along today, Tom. Really enjoyed that. Guys, comment down below, which do you think out of Tom's top 3 tips there are going to be most helpful for you? Is it the arc, is it the aim, or is it the flow of the stroke? Comment down below, let us know. Also guys, do remember to hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any future lessons from myself, and hopefully Tom will be back on the channel as well soon. Guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next lesson.